Oh, but it stopped. All right, so back to.
I was just trying to do that company B again so that I could look at the graph.
Okay.
It looks, I don't know what I'd call it. The tail's on the left, but it's a little more even.
Is it bell shaped?
It doesn't just go up in the center though, right? Or maybe it does. The very middle kind of
I'd
drop.
have to redo me.
Is that what yours looks like?
For B?
Uh-huh. By, what's the one that jumps up in two different spots? A by something.
Oh, the Twin Peaks one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know or something.
Let me look it up real fast.
Less in the negative.
One peak bimodal.
Bimodal.
Multimodal is multiple. One peak is unimodal. Mm. And then, oh, hold on. I'm not sure. Oh, the stock thing was in the assignment. Hold on. See if I can find it. Okay. It's when we were estimating the bird flu. Said something about stock. Let's see. Okay, so when you take the absolute value of the deviations.
Mm-hmm.
So do you remember, so when you take the deviation from the mean,
The deviation from the mean. I don't know if I can remember that. So,
oh, I don't know that we want to, oh, okay, I'm not doing that. Let's see. So in the reading assignment, it was like question 15. We need a way to work with negative deviations from the mean so they do not cancel with the positive ones. What could we do? They suggest absolute value of deviations.
okay.
Uh,
Instead of using the negative in
that
there.
one estimates the volatility of stocks. So I don't know. See, that's what I don't know what these numbers are representing that we're doing.
I don't
Do you know what
either.
I'm saying? I don't know
Yeah,
what they represent. I don't know if they're, does it,
that's true.
um,
Well, you look at the mean, like, so I just pulled up D, and the mean is really low, 0.7.
all right. So if you look at the answer sheet, those charts are on there so you can look.
And it looks more like a bell, but our mean is really low. Standard
I would
deviation.
say either A or D, and that's because um, they have the higher peaks to the right of, or the positive side of the graph.
Would you? And I'm thinking C. Wait, was C the one that?
C is the one that, do you want me to screenshot this for you?
Yeah, I've just moved on and say erase C.
Okay. So there's the graphs right there, the histograms. So
Oh,
C is this one. It goes all the way over there. So, because I know almost zero about stock. So see, this was, you know, I didn't know if it was better to have the taller peaks because you had higher, or if it's better to have,
right.
which one's more,
I'm
you know,
thinking D is going more towards that negative side.
D is, I thought the left was the negative.
Yeah.
So yeah. So see,
But my graph
D,
doesn't look like that. Do I not have enough bins? Maybe I change mine to like a 10 thing instead of a.
Well, these are just the histograms on the answer key.
So
We don't have to keep doing them.
D. Yeah, see how D has those higher peaked, but they're more towards the left side.
Right, but see that the second column, the second white line is 0. So this is 0. This is represents 0. So anything to the right side is positive. But do you want more taller peaks to the right, or do you want just more peaks, period? So that's what I'm not aware of, you know.
Right. But just because it's in the positive, and when you look at the mean, what are we looking at on? Are we looking at dollars they've made?
Right. See,
like year,
it's not very descriptive in the assignment on what these numbers are representing.
Right, because if it's money they've made, then if they're going down, you know,
because all it says, the following data set are data on stock performance of specific companies. Find the mean. So I don't know stock enough to know whether you want to have just a whole bunch of, you know, higher peaks is going to be the winner, or if, you know, the more number on the right hand side, even though C, this, you know, and C, they didn't do as much. So
yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You're looking at your mean, you know, like look at your mean and see what you choose, you know?
Right. So C,
you wouldn't want a negative.
If you're going by mean or standard deviation, C would be the one I would go with.
Right. And then, but if you look at that.
Because D.
C doesn't have very many peaks or ups and downs, but maybe that's a good thing.
Right. Kind of depends on.
It depends on
where you got in on the stock. I mean, if you got in, you know, at 0 and then sold at, you know, whatever that is, 50, then you're probably good. But
so on E, I just barely pulled up E. I got a negative on my mean. Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
So to me, that seems like it would be an awful company.
Right.
You're looking at the mean. But you're right, I don't know what we need to look at. So is there an answer thing that we can look at?
Well, it doesn't say anything. It just shows the chart. So it doesn't explain what the data set is. It just says it's a data set about the performance of stock. So, and I'm not familiar enough to know that
it says,
do you want higher peaks or?
They will probably choose B or C because they have the highest means. So that's interesting.
Yeah, because they do the highest means, but that's what you and I were talking about. Do you want the higher peaks or do you want the more amount to the
money and you're getting their average? It seems like you would want the ones that on average are making the most, right?
Right. Well, I'm just wondering, you know, if you added all these little peaks from C, would they equal to the positive side of, you know, if you stacked them all on top of each other, would they equal Do you know what I'm saying? Would they equal the peaks on D? So
right?
see, that's what I'm not sure of.
When you're looking at C, where's
Oh,
the
sorry.
zero mark? Because you don't have as many on the negative side either, you know?
Right.
Is that 0 right there where your cursor is?
Yeah, right there.
You have one kind of little peak over there, but then on the other side, we have a good, some more positives that maybe counterbalance
Right.
that.
That's true. But then you could say for A that you've got higher peaks. So
Because
I don't know. I guess without knowing
to me
a
seems
little
like
bit more.
an awful company because they hardly have anything on the positive side.
Right. Right. They've got more negative.
A seems like they could come around,
Yeah.
and B has a few more peaks, but E and I don't know. That's just the way I'm looking at it. I would say E and D would be awful companies.
Right. So A is right skewed, right?
Right?
B would be
I don't know what you call that.
several peaks, so multimodal.
Multimodal. C's a
Yeah.
little more symmetric. That's why I
Yeah,
think
I would say that's more flat or uniform or
yeah,
unimodal.
they don't have the great
And
big ups, but they don't have the huge downs either.
right.
D has some large amount of downs. It looks
Right.
like a bell curve though, if you look at it from the center of their data, doesn't it, on D?
Oh, I'm gonna stop screen sharing now. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Okay. I forget that I'm in that mode.
Good.
Um,
You're a
do
little
you
more
want to?
you're a little more computer savvy. Good. I'm sorry.
I'm winging it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of winging it. Did you want to go over the assignment, the group?
Yeah, like the group quiz?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Do
Let's do
do
that then.
Create. And then on this last, did you do it? Oh, I'm going in my own computer. It's bugging me.
That's okay. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
So on number 10, it says create a table to compute the standard deviation by hand. Did you do that? No?
Because
It's fine.
on 10, well, because my assumption is that you have to take every single one of those numbers, right?
Right.
And
And probably
compute.
go through it.
Yeah. So
I did.
I
I
did a little bit just so I know that I know how to do it. Do you know how to do that?
So I think so. I didn't, I spent so much time trying to make graphs that I wasn't quite finished, but I'm thinking it's the one, is it the one where you do, like
So
he did the ages of his kids and then he subtracted the deviation and then he squared them?
you take the observation from uh, the mean. So you take x minus x with a line over it.
Oh, is that all it is for the standard deviation?
Yeah. So the deviation from the mean. So it was in the book where they did the temperatures of the people who had bird flu. Did you do
Okay,
that in the textbook?
I haven't gotten that far yet. So
Okay.
I
Okay,
just
so
got,
what it is whatever they're observing, so the observation, so what the numbers that we put in.
mhm.
So um
I just saw the one on the video. Did you watch those videos?
I didn't watch the videos.
There was one at the end, and he did.
Probably the one with his age.
Said this is how you get your standard deviation, and he said this is the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
But he took like the ages of his kids, and then
Okay, and came up with the mean.
And then he did like, so one of them was, the mean was 17 and one of the kids was 13. So then he did the
So if
deviation
you,
from mean.
let's say you had kids that were 13, 14, 17, 24, and 27. If you took those and divided them by 5, that's the mean, right?
Right.
So, and then you would take your observations. So you would take 13 if you came up with the mean. So let's see, 13 plus 14 plus.
First one's 13, so 13 minus, what was our mean again? I'm sorry.
So if you took on those ages, the mean would be 19.
Okay.
So then what you would do, so if we had age 13, we had age 14, age 17, 24, and 27. So you have 5, you would divide that by 5. It would give you the mean of 19. And then you would take the first age, which is 13, and subtract it from 19.
Right.
That's the deviation from the mean.
And then you square the deviation, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And
And then,
then
right.
you get the sum of those, you add those all up, right? This is how he showed us.
Right.
And then you do the sum over n minus 1, which the number of kids we have is 5, right? So
right.
and the sum divided by how many ever you have, and then
Right.
you square root that, and that's your standard deviation. That's what he said was the standard deviation.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry.
I haven't quite read all the assignment
It's
yet.
all right. I was just trying to keep up with what you were saying. So yeah, that's my understanding.
Okay. So let me pull up the quiz. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Group meeting quiz.
Okay, did you see how he posted that Zoom class on Monday from noon to 1?
Mm-mm.
It said Monday recording. So I went in and watched it, and he's like, oh, there's only one person here. And I was like, oh, are we supposed to be going to these? But he said you can come Monday and Thursday from noon to 1, and he'll help you with any questions.
All right.
Recording from the meeting. So he's having a meeting every Monday and Thursday. Did you know anything about that? I just thought you could get on if you needed help.
Right. I thought they were just basic office meetings.
I do
But
too.
so maybe we should go to that.
I don't know. I don't think it matters, but he said if you're struggling, like it would help you more than anything. So I'm just struggling doing an Excel
And I'm
PowerPoint.
pretty sure our group meetings, we're graded on attendance, aren't we?
These ones we are, right? The ones where we're meeting with our group, yes. He said if you miss them, you won't get credit for these. But I don't
Right.
we have to attend those office meetings, do we?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, I just wanted to ask you. I didn't attend it, but I watched the recording of it. Okay, are you starting the quiz?
I did start the quiz.
Oh, sorry. I'm just barely getting in there.
You're fine. I'm not worried about you.
Okay. Well, the first two, I don't know that I quite finished, but I tried. And I am here at the group meeting, so.
Okay.
So this says
see.
round it to 3 decimal places, right?
Yeah.
Decimal places.
To answer the next 3 questions.
So just pulling that up. Okay, so we need to find the mean the hospital has had to pay in wrong site lawsuits, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to copy just the wrong site cell. Not
Correct.
right?
That's what I'm doing.
I guess we should maybe kind of do it separate and then see if we get the same answer. Okay, how long? Yeah, is yours going on forever?
Yeah. It goes on a lot longer than the other column.
Oh. I finally got to the bottom and I went a little bit too far. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Ari. Put this down below. You've seen my shirt.
What?
I said, I'm sorry. I'm giving you a view of my chest.
I cannot even see it because I'm working on the assignment, so you're all good.
Oh, good.
All right.
Okay, do you have your mean then?
Yeah.
Mine is, let me get a little bit bigger. 80041.243.
Yeah.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
it?
but it says round your answer to the nearest whole dollar. So 80041.
Yeah.
Find the median amount hospitals had to pay in wrong site lawsuits. The median is 68552.
Yeah, I'm toggling back and forth. Just look.
You're good. Is that what you got though?
68,552. Yes.
Okay. Find the standard deviation of the amount paid in wrong site lawsuits. Round your answer to the nearest whole dollar. 71404.
Right. Because you just rounded up the 3, right? 71,404 because it's the whole nearest dollar. Okay. Yep, I agree. Five. Okay. So we'll just both calculate that, I guess, and see what we end up with. Let me hurry for my notes.
Yeah. Wrong.
Okay. Do you have your answer?
Yeah.
I
Did you
got
get 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What did you get? Did you get the same?
Yeah. Yep.
Good.
And then the median survival time.
So the median is just our middle one. Okay.
4. Right?
Just a second. Wouldn't it be 3 and 5?
So when it's between two numbers, you just split the difference between them. If they're an even number of values, the median is the mean of the two values.
I thought
you would add.
Use both values, but you still go in the middle of those two.
Yeah. So it's the mean of those two values. So if it was between 7 and 8, you'd add 7 and 8 divided by 2 to figure out the mean. So maybe it's 101 and 600, then you'd take those two numbers, add them together, divide them by 2, and that's going to be the median.
Okay.
Oh.
So this is what we were just going over, isn't it?
Yeah. So.
Okay. So in A.
Why is there an A in there? Oh, A.
I see the A. It took me, I was like, oh, this is a little bit weird, but.
Right. Got it. Okay.
Okay. So well, let's see.
Deviation from the mean is minus 15.
Isn't it minus 7 because 7 is our mean? So 19 minus 7.
I have 4 as our mean. Oh, no, yes. Oh, 7's the mean.
7
median is, woo!
Right?
Good thing you're on this.
So 19 minus 7 is 12?
Minus 12.
12. Do you agree on that then?
Negative 12. Is that what you said?
I think it's positive 12 because it's 19 minus 7, which would be 12, right?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Let's see. Yes, 19 minus 7. So 12.
And our next one's probably going to be B. Okay.
So.
And then what, so do you know what B, like, do you have an answer for B? I know what I would put. But.
12? Is that what you got?
I got 36.
Oh.
So I did
you divide it by 3?
Did you just, so I did, okay.
Oh,
so
I did the sample variance. Never mind. Don't do that. So yes, 36 is what I got. Sample variance would be 3.
I did 1 minus 7, which is negative 6, right? And then I just squared it. So I did 6 is 36.
So 36. Yeah.
Okay.
And sorry, I was doing the sample variance.
And then let's see, what number is that? 9? I gotta write down the whole thing to do that, right?
Right. So would you add all the months?
Yeah, in the squared deviation, then you add up all the months. This was on that video.
The standard or the squared?
The squared. You add up all the squared.
What is the standard deviation of the survival times?
I'm getting there. It's 200. Let's see. Okay, so I added those all up and I got 200. Is that what you get?
I haven't even gotten that far.
So I went through the whole chart and I did like 5 minus 7 is -2. 19 minus 7 is 12. 1 minus 7 is -6. And 3 minus 7 is -4. And then I double, like I squared them all. So I got 4, 144, 36, and 16. And that adds up to 200.
So you got 4. For some reason, when I'm doing negative squared on my calculator, it's still giving me a negative, even though I know it should be positive.
Be a positive.
Right, so 4 plus 144 plus equals divided by 3, 66.66. Is that what you got?
Yes.
Okay.
And then you've got a square root, the 66.667.
$8.1649.
So I rounded that to 8.165.
Okay.
Oh, and it says give your answer in months rounded to the nearest tenth. So 8.2.
Yeah. Okay, so 5 number, sorry.
So the 5-number summary, we're talking about the minimum, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and the maximum, right?
Right.
So the first number, would that be the minimum number? Is that what we're looking for?
Right.
there's like a billion numbers.
Right. But if you go right under where you can see mean and standard, it will tell you Q1. So it'll tell you the minimum is 0. Q1 is 29,496.
So that's already on. Okay, I was thinking we had to go find all that. I was like, oh man. So minimum right there is 0. Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I've just spent hours trying to look through the chart.
No, you're good. I only know that because I did what you did
The wrong
already
page
once.
on the wrong patient data. We did wrong site last time.
Oh,
So we've got to go in and change that,
we
right?
gotta go change those. Yep. Good thing you caught that.
They were trying to trick us right there. I wondered when I pulled that first thing up and saw they had both. Yeah, because our last things were all about wrong site. Okay.
So this one may not have as many. But still, same thing should apply when you go to look for the numbers.
Right, right. We just need to switch them to these other numbers, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah, there's way less. Copy. Okay. So I still have the minimum as 0.
Right.
Our second number should be Q1, right?
Yep.
Which I have as 3,900. So yours the same?
I can't get my other numbers to erase, so it'll be a hot second for me.
Okay, you're fine.
Oh my goodness, this can't be this hard. I'm having to go in and manually erase all these, and this is going to take me forever.
Oh, shoot. Like it won't just let you erase the whole block.
It won't let me erase them. Oh, shoot.
Maybe just pull it all up again, separate. That might be easier.
I know, that's what I'm thinking. Okay. There we go. So 0, 3,900, 18,882, 50,145, 125, right?
Yes. Are you talking about the 5 different things? So the
Yeah.
one it asks for is number 4. like it skips 3, which would be your median, right? And then it says number 4, which I think is the 50,145. Do you have 50,145.5?
Mm-hmm.
It says give a number rounded to the nearest cent. So would we put like 0.50? Because isn't it 50 cents?
Right. What is the first number in the 5-number summary? Are you on number 1? Sorry, I'm still.
Yeah, no. So I put 0 on that one because that's our minimum.
What is the second number? Yeah, the nearest cent would be that 5.
Yeah, so the second number is the 3,900, right? But we probably need to put 0.00 on the 3,900. Is that what you're putting?
Sure. Yep. That's what I'll put.
It's
No, that's what I'll put.
I'll resave that. I didn't read the nearest cent.
So it skips over the 3rd and asks for the 4th.
Right. So I put the 50,145.50 on that. Is that what you put?
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, how many questions are on this?
Right. I think we're getting close.
We were done.
Oh, yeah, because he's in his thing. Do we need to go to that?
I am wondering, I don't know. I think that he does like you to come when you can. Maybe after we finish this quiz, we could pop in. I don't know.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, these box plots, Kate. I do not know these very well. I looked at those right at the very end.
So something like 180 or something like that.
Okay, I really don't know how to read this. How do you know that's the third
So,
quartile?
so this first, do you want me to show you a screen share?
Does it go from the
So the
top?
first little dash at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
I'll screen share with you. So this little line at the bottom
Right?
represents the first number. This line represents Q1, median, Q3, and then this one's the maximum number. So the two little lines,
That right there.
that line is the maximum number, so the 5th number. This is the 4th number, 3rd number, 2nd number, and then this little line right here is the first number.
Okay, got ya.
Does
Okay,
that
so
help?
that's where you got your 180. Yes, that will be done. I'm like, oh, it makes sense. Okay.
Okay. So I did approximately like 190, I think.
Oh, is that what you
But
put?
honestly, it looks more like 180 to me. I don't think he's going to care.
Probably as long as it's within a range, right?
So 720. What is the longest observed time of the red box customer?
Give it an estimate of seconds. So you're saying that top line, right, is maximum?
Yeah.
So like 710 or 7?
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
I did 720, but
Okay, 720 is fine. It's not a very big box for a whole 100. Of of the mean. So the mean is that center line.
So my understanding is that's the median,
Oh, not the
not
mean.
always the mean.
So the mean
Maybe.
is going to go from 0 to 720.
I don't know if you can determine it from this. I'm going to pull up the book where it showed. Uh,
Oh, it says 105, 62, 187, or this cannot be determined.
right.
It would
Okay.
be determined, but
Hold on. I'm looking to verify.
oh, good. I'm glad.
I'll screenshot it so you can see if you want. No.
I can look in my book too. Are you just in the book, like the
Yeah.
online book? Okay, I'll just go to it.
Shoot, where did it show?
I just barely looked at those box plots right before we called each other. So
Did you? That's all right.
I'm glad I at least, like I saw them and saw a little bit of what they were. I spent way too much time trying to make a graph.
Did you?
Mad.
Let's see. That might have been under one of the solutions. Oh, box plots. There we go.
Where are you? Is it towards the end?
Yeah, it is towards the end.
Spread of distributions. Is it after that?
It's called, if you just Control F and hit box plots, it'll take you to it.
Oh.
It's after the 5-number summary.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
So yeah, the mean is not the same as the median.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So I don't think the mean can be determined because we don't have, I mean, we have approximate.
It shows the median, but I don't see anything with the mean on it.
Right.
I'm going to put it cannot be determined.
Okay.
It's not going to be the same. Let's see, there is something right here. That means so this is it won't be pulled one way or the other by extraordinarily large or small values as it would if we used the mean. So I don't think they're using the mean.
Right. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to stop our broadcast.
Okay.
I submitted my quiz, so you should be good.
Okay.
All right.
So,
are you going to go join the classroom?
Last time when we finished, I know you emailed me the link to do our broadcast, but do we both need to put in a link with both names or can you just do it?
I can just do it.
Do you mind that? Is that okay?
I don't mind at all.
I saw that you had already done it, and I'm like, I don't see why every person in the whole group has to do it.
No, I think you just post it and the people who attended. So
Okay. Well, I wish we had a couple other people, but we're gonna get to know each other pretty well.
well, maybe Brian will end up showing up. Maybe he didn't take the class. I don't know. So, all right. Well, I will stop. Maybe I will see you in the classroom then.
All right. Thanks.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Okay.
On Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday.
Okay. If you have any questions,
Work again on Tuesday. I only work one Tuesday in like a month, but it happened to be next Tuesday. So
do you want to do a different time?
You know what? I'll bring my phone and maybe I'll try and do it during my lunch hour. I get 30 minutes for lunch. So
Okay.
I'll try and be really prepared, so that it won't take us hopefully a ton of time, and I'll just text you if there's going to be a problem.
Okay, sounds good. If not, I mean, I'm pretty
And
flexible
same,
on,
okay.
so we could do that another time.
And so if it's just going to be me and you mostly, I think that we can be flexible with our time. So if you need to do the same, let me know. Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Thanks.
All right, we'll see you next week then.
All right. We'll see ya.
All right, bye, Kimberly.